T-Bird fans, welcome to the debut edition of a new podcast, T-Bird Talk, the show that gives you an inside look at the athletics at Cloud County Community College in Concordia. I'm Cloud County Community College Sports Information Director, Toby Nosker. Throughout the 2024-2025 athletic year, T-Bird Talk will feature interviews with student athletes, athletic department staff, and coaches, providing you a behind-the-scenes glimpse at the athletic programs at Cloud County Community College. Classes started this week, practices are underway, and we're ready to kick off a brand new series for you. On today's edition of T-Bird Talk, I'm going to have the opportunity to visit with Cloud County Community College Athletic Director, Matt Bechard. It was a busy summer for Cloud County Community College as the T-Birds welcomed in several new coaches. They also hosted a successful 26th annual T-Bird Golf Classic. We'll sit down with Athletic Director Matt Bechard next. This is T-Bird Talk.
Are you a Kansas or Nebraska high school senior who's thinking about your next steps after high school? If so, you qualify for Cloud County Community College's $500 Early Bird Scholarship. All you have to do is visit campus before December 13th and have a GPA of 3.0 or higher, and you get a $500 scholarship guaranteed. So come visit Cloud and see why our students are Cloud proud. On your visit, you'll see our campus, meet with an academic advisor, and get a chance to have all your questions answered. Set up your campus visit today by giving us a call at 800-729-5101 extension 212 or visiting us online at cloud.edu/admissions.
Joining us now on our debut edition of T-Bird Talk is Cloud County Community College Athletic Director Matt Bechard. Matt, great to have you. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Do appreciate you taking time to join us, and it's been a fun week with students finally back on campus. Classes officially starting on Wednesday. I'm sure you guys were busy over the summer months, but it's kind of a different environment, right? Once the kids actually get back on campus, activity really starts to pick up.
Yeah, the energy just hits the roof with the students, and our energy goes up. We feed off of that. It's just exciting to have them on campus again, and we go through a couple of months of quiet, empty hallways. Time to get work done and prepare for the upcoming fall. But it is really nice when they get back and that energy just jumps.
We want to talk about some of the things that have been going on, though, over the course of the summer. I know some new coaching hires, some changes that have taken place in the athletic office, and I don't want to start talking about me, but that's one of the changes. And I guess to start, the person that previously held my position, Matt Kinney, the Sports Information Director for nearly 5 years at Cloud County Community College, has accepted a position actually working with the Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference. And Matt's going to be their new Assistant Commissioner and Sports Information Director. And I know you and everybody within the athletic department are really excited about this opportunity for Matt.
Yeah, it is an outstanding opportunity. He's had aspirations of getting into more of the administrative side of things, and this was just a great opportunity. Matt, he served the region and he served the conference kind of on a volunteer basis, doing some things with Region 6 baseball and some other sports, and was present at a lot of things. And Mike Sadler, our commissioner, could depend on him. And I think talking to Mike Sadler, he was kind of surprised when Matt threw his name in the ring, and pleasantly surprised. And so things went from there, and yeah, just real proud of Matt getting that position. And the great thing is and as that he's willing and interested to coming back and help and support us, and obviously ask questions, because there's going to be a learning curve with a lot of things. So having him in the community with his family and working remotely is just exciting, and it's just a win-win thing for all of us.
Yeah, that was the nice thing. He's not leaving town. He's going to be around. So yeah. I'm sure we'll see him at a lot of athletic events in the near future.
Yeah.
Well, and I'm not the only change within the athletic department. A few new coaching hires as well, including 2 new head coaches, both familiar names to the athletic programs here at Cloud County. And let's start on the men's basketball side. you are able to welcome back Kyle Pugh as a head men's basketball coach for the T-Birds. Spent 2 seasons as an assistant coach previously for Coach Devin Kastrup, and Coach Kastrup leaving Cloud County this past spring after accepting an assistant coaching job at Idaho State University. But Coach Pugh, an assistant here at Cloud, also has a year under his belt as an assistant down at Hutchinson. So he's been around the Region 6 and the Jayhawk Conference. He knows what it takes to succeed at this level, and I know he's really excited about the opportunity to step into his first head coaching role, and I know you were pretty excited about getting Coach Pugh back here to Cloud County.
Well, anybody that knows Coach Pugh knows that he is an extremely hard worker. His personal life does not get in the way of his professional life, and he just seems to just love the sport of basketball, loves everything about it, the hard stuff, the easy stuff, the gratification, everything else that goes along with it. He just embraces the process and knows what it takes, and that's exciting. He's known to be the hardest working guy on campus. I mean, the 2 years that he was at Cloud, nobody would dispute that. He was probably the first one here, generally the first one to leave or last one to leave up here on the weekends, and he just quietly just killed it and got the same feedback from the AD at Hutch, Josh Gooch, said that he was an extremely hard worker and just grind. And so, that was certainly one of the qualities that was so attractive about him. And he's just a good person. I mean, from department to department, his exchange, his relationships that he built those 2 years at Cloud were lasting, and he made a great impression on people. And so to bring him back here to lead our men's basketball program is just exciting. And, I've actually been pleasantly surprised at, the conversations that we've had and getting to know a little bit more about his philosophy and his tactics and in recruiting. And, it just validates, I think, more and more, the decision of myself and President Konechin and, the Board of Trustees to bring him on as our guy, looking for great things to happen.
I know kind of late in the process, welcoming him on board, but the conversations I had with him, he really hit the ground running. And obviously, again, being around the conference, knowing what the recruiting landscape requires and what it looks like to be able to succeed at this level. He had those contacts, he had connections, and I know he really worked hard on being able to put together the roster that he'll have this year.
Yeah, it's just, over the summer, entertaining resumes and interest from coaches around the country, it became more interesting, exciting, educational for me, the depth of their networks. It's just incredible that, Kyle spent his entire time at Hutch recruiting, and making relationships and knowing talent where they're at, from an A level to a B level to a C level. Kids in every position, 1 through 5, from point guards to bigs to power forwards to, and it's just amazing, not only Kyle, but the rest of the applicants, just the depth of that reach and the influence and the relationships that were built there. And, once he landed a job at Cloud County, he was quickly on the phone with these kids, and it went from, from a certain level to a higher level in terms of seriousness and recruiting and, hey, you're going to be a fit here. And it was just an interesting process, and I learned a lot, and it's just fascinating, honestly.
Sometimes maybe the toughest job for a new coach, not just recruiting those kids, but finding out who's going to be my assistant. And that was one of the things that I know Kyle had to work on as well. But it seems like he's headed off with Matt Grantham, who's come in as his new assistant coach. And I know Matt himself has been pretty active on campus already, too.
Yeah, he's a great guy. We had a home run, I think, with Matt. He comes from North Carolina, definitely a pedigree in terms of his family. His dad's a Hall of Fame high school basketball coach in the state of North Carolina, which is saying something. I mean, those are the blue blood states: North Carolina, Kentucky, Kansas. Those are some pretty special places to be in that kind of a rare air. So we're excited about Matt. He's got a great energy, a great personality, and I just love that staff, and look for great things to happen. And Matt has been very active on campus, and they took part in the elementary first day of school, which has been tradition for our men's basketball program. And there they were, high-fiving those kids, and that's something that's going to probably stick with those kids for a long, long time, if not forever.
First day memories made, for the Concordia Elementary School kids on their first day of school, having the men's basketball team there. And I was there with them and, hooting and hollering and cheering and giving high fives to all those kids. And, even being on campus here at Cloud, you see the kids walk through on their first day, not knowing where they're going. Where's my classroom? I don't know anybody yet. I don't even know my you see even adults now, the kids that come here as students at Cloud County, how nervous they can be on their first day. And so you know what it has to be like for those elementary school kids, but to have such a warm greeting and welcome from the basketball team was pretty special.
It's huge. And like you said, the kids come in here to Wednesday, first day of class, it's for the majority of them, or at least all the freshmen, it's their first time away from home, and they're in an apartment and they're with basically 3 other strangers. And, there's a lot of navigating that has to go on. And I remember the umbilical cord's cut and you're by yourself, and nobody's there to wake you up in the morning and get your breakfast ready for you and send you out the door. You're on your own, and you got to navigate that, and that's just part of growth. And it's a great time here on campus.
Kyle Pugh, the new head men's basketball coach at Cloud County Community College in Concordia. Cloud County Community College this offseason also welcoming a new softball coach, TJ Segabart. Again, a familiar face to many around Cloud County. Previous assistant coach with the Cloud County Community College baseball team. And then I know in 2024 had the opportunity to serve as an assistant coach for the Cloud County Community College softball team. Helped the team out a lot as far as with their hitting technique and instruction. I know from being around the program last spring, talking with a lot of the girls, they really connected well with Coach Segabart. And so the opportunity to now let him step into the role as a head coach. Tell me a little bit about TJ taking on this job.
Yeah, you're exactly right. He stepped in and assisted last spring, and his primary role there was to work with hitters and their approach and the mental side of things. And the guy's just a coach, and and he's got a great personality and he's got a great demeanor about him. His energy is infectious, and the girls really just gravitated to him and his style. And through the interview process, that stood out. And he's been at Cloud. He worked here for next to nothing as an assistant baseball coach, and then he got into the admissions department. And he's Cloud proud, and that speaks volumes. And again, his ability to relate to kids and to motivate kids and inspire kids is what we're most excited about. And we feel like the program's on good, solid footing, and TJ's got us on good ground, and just get the program rolling.
And I'm just 3 weeks into the job, so everybody's brand new to me, right? But I've been having these conversations with Coach Segabart, and the one thing that instantly stands out to me is he wants to be successful, but it's not him that wants to be successful. He wants to see these girls be able to find success here at Cloud.
Exactly, and he sees the big picture. I mean, he's got a great mind as it relates to sports psychology and what it all really means. He's been around some great coaches. He's been coached by some great coaches. So his approach is just very well rounded, and it fits well with our culture here at Cloud County. And I couldn't be happier with the way things are right now. And again, we've got to win some games and do some things like that, and continue to recruit and retain and graduate kids and move them on. But I couldn't be happier with our situation currently.
And again, the tough task initially, having to find an assistant coach, but he was able to find a good one in Morgan Russell.
Absolutely, that's been one of the toughest things, in all the years that I've been coaching or administrating here at Cloud is finding quality assistant coaches. And I tell you what, I've already used this phrase once, but we hit it out of the park. I mean, she is a young, energetic lady. She's from Salina. She's played collegiately. She's coached collegiately. She comes in with pitching experience and pitching lessons and those areas, and we couldn't have really scripted it any better, honestly. She's exactly what we needed, and we look for some great things from her, and I think she's got a great future ahead of her as a softball coach.
One last note as far as coaching is concerned, a new assistant wrestling coach has come on board as well, Braden Clopton, that's going to be joining Coach Julian Smith, and we'll talk a lot more about wrestling down the road here on T-Bird Talk, but want to wish former assistant coach Blaine Harris all the best in his future endeavors, but Braden already in, working here at Cloud, and I know he's going to enjoy the opportunity to work with Coach Smith.
We're excited about his experiences in his collegiate coaching and his collegiate wrestling. I know, I weigh heavily in on Julian's input and his interest, and this guy fit the mold exactly. And, I got to really spend some time with Braden kind of preparing for the golf tournament. And, he's willing to jump right in, participate, go the extra mile. And so my first impression of really working with him was a very positive one. So I just couldn't be happier with our staff this year, and we've got to go get that rubber to meet the road, but as it stands right now, I'm just tickled to death.
You mentioned the golf tournament. Recently, the Cloud County Community College Athletic Department sponsored the 26th annual T-Bird Golf Classic, which took place at a Concordia Golf and Wellness. It's an annual fundraiser that raises funds to support athletic scholarships at Cloud County Community College. More than 20 teams represented, and I know it was a fun day there at Concordia Golf and Wellness. A little warm, but most of the teams seemed like, they just enjoyed the opportunity to be able to get together. Most of the coaches were on hand that day. It was just a great environment and a fun place to be.
Absolutely, and it was one of the better tournaments in recent history, and everything went as smooth as possible. We had great support from the coaches. They really worked hard in going out into the community and soliciting for raffle prizes and sponsorships, and that really made it special when you got some ownership there. So they did a wonderful job. The committee worked very hard, had some new initiatives, some new games on the course that helped raise some scholarship dollars. And like you said, it's an opportunity for so many of them are alumni, if not all of them, taking courses and at one time or another are a student athlete. And that's one of my favorite things about my job is when alumni get together and then they from the same era, and they talk about their time here, their experiences here, because it resonates with me because I have stories, So those parts about, any alumni event, and in this case, the golf tournament, are very special, and I witnessed that Saturday. And again, all those funds that we raise are for scholarships are so very important for our coaches to go out and, and attract kids. And all the schools have scholarships, and we need to at least have that barrel full, and then the coaches got to go out and create those relationships. So it was a great event, a lot of hard work put into that, but at the end it was just amazing.
You relied on a Hall of Famer to help out your team. You had former T-Bird men's basketball coach Kevin Muff out there golfing with you, and then another Hall of Famer on hand, Jared Gettert, and his team ended up winning. Coach Gilliland, the head baseball coach at Cloud County Community College, I don't know if he's taken all the credit for that or if we can put that on a Hall of Famer like Gettert.
I think he's given some credit to Gettert. His storied career as a professional baseball player and collegiate baseball player, he has an amazing ability to focus. And golf's not an easy sport, and he locked it in. And that back nine, they really tore it up. And it was a joy. They were paired up with us, so we really enjoyed that outing. And good event, great event.
That was the 26th annual T-Bird Golf Classic, so a huge thank you going out to all the golfers, the sponsors, the coaches, the friends, everybody who showed up this year to help support the Cloud County Athletic Department, and, of course, the athletic scholarships funded through that event. That same day was the day that Cloud County Community College ended up with its first ever Olympic medalist. Rajendra Campbell, a graduate of Cloud County Community College representing his home country of Jamaica, became the first former T-Bird to receive an Olympic medal as he won bronze in the men's shot put in this year's Paris Summer Games. He also became the first Jamaican man to ever win an Olympic medal in a throwing event. Rajendra competed at Cloud County from 2015 to 2017, and during his time here, he established school records in the discus as well as both indoor and outdoor shot put before going on to compete for the Missouri Southern State University Lions in Joplin. But how special is that to now be able to say that we have a T-Bird that has become an Olympic medalist?
Yeah, it just added to the excitement of the beginning of the year. I think he was the 10th rated shot putter going in. I watched his interview, I think something you posted, and going into the finals or that day, and he pulls off some great throws and finishes third, and it's just absolutely amazing. Our little college here can attract those types of kids, and they get their education here and train here and go on and do these wonderful things. And very, very special for our college, and, so proud of Rajendra for his accomplishments. And, he's still a young man. He's still got a lot of opportunities ahead of him. So we're excited to keep a watch on him.
The NJCAA itself was so well represented at this year's Olympics. 40 competitors, 8 of them come home as medalists, including Rajendra with his bronze medal that he brings home in the men's shot put. So I think, sometimes things like this get overlooked, and I'm sure this is something that often your coaches go out when they're having recruiting conversations with potential student athletes. But, you can come to a junior college, you can come to Cloud County Community College, and you can be able to find success even on the highest stage like the Olympics. Yeah,
you're exactly right. And, it's just a story that we got to continue to tell, and it needs to be told repeatedly because, with the 2-year cycle of students and student athletes, those stories have to be told and repeated, and we have to advocate for our level, and it's just so special to know that we had that many in the Olympic Games and that many that medaled, and again, it's just a great place to work, a great place to be, and I'm proud to be a T-Bird. I'm proud to be in the community college ranks.
In the weeks ahead here on T-Bird Talk, we're going to have an opportunity to visit with the fall sports coaches at Cloud County Community College. We'll be sitting down next week with Cloud County Community College volleyball coach Hilta Ramos to talk about the start to the T-Bird volleyball season. We'll also be visiting with Cloud County Community College head men's and women's cross-country coach Drew Mahan. And, of course, we'll be bringing you interviews with the student athletes at Cloud County Community College here on T-Bird Talk. We're joined today by Cloud County Community College Athletic Director Matt Bechard. And before I let you go, one other thing we want to note is that the Thunderbird Booster Club annual appeal has begun. I know you've been visiting with faculty and staff around campus now that school's back in session, but also we'll soon be making that appeal to the community. Tell me a little bit about the Booster Club itself and its importance. Why is it so vital to the athletic programs here at Cloud?
Well, it's like any other booster club, and I would say any other, but it's a group of people that support the college and supports the athletic department and our mission. And primarily we want to build a fan base. We want to build support, and in this case, and some financial support. And all the dollars that are raised through the Booster Club or donated to the Booster Club go to scholarships, and almost 98% of the monies that we raise through the athletic department are directed towards scholarships. So the Booster Club's set up that way. There's multiple levels that come along with the Booster Club, and there's various giving levels. And with each giving level, there are benefits that go with that, whether it's season tickets, chairback seating, apparel, those types of things. There's sponsorships available. There's signage in the gym. All the apparel comes through a voucher that can be redeemed in our bookstore, and we have an outstanding bookstore with tremendous apparel options for men, women, infants, you name it. So great opportunities there. And and we will be getting a letter and the form out to the community, the former boosters, alumni, new businesses, all over the service area, and and it'll be found on the website as well, so it can be printed off and taken care of that way. And all these funds are tax deductible, and they run through our foundation. So it's something that it's been going on since my first year. Kevin Muff and I kind of got this rolling as it is seen kind of today. So it's been a great opportunity for people in the community to get involved and attend games. And probably one of the most popular things is a VIP hospitality room. And any information that anybody or any questions anybody would have, they can certainly call the athletic department. Between myself or Maddie Odette, we can answer any questions that they have and get information to them as they need.
We talk about kids like Rajendra and these other NJCAA student athletes being able to achieve such amazing success on the Olympic stage and elsewhere. But again, the competition for scholarships and to be able to recruit that kind of talent is maybe tougher now than it's ever been. And kids have so many options. And so, again, support like this from things like the golf tournament, and then from those that become boosters and support the Thunderbird Booster Club, is so important to be able to attract that level of talent to compete here, even at our level at Cloud County.
That's exactly right. And, the funds need to be there. We need to be competitive with our opponents in terms of recruitment, and I feel like we have such an amazing coaching staff. They know their limitations. They know our financial limitations, or maybe our geographic location, or something like that. But they go the extra mile. They do the extra work to create that bond, that relationship with that student athlete, and reaffirm how special it is to be a Thunderbird. And our accolades speak for themselves. Our track success, baseball success, up and down the line, and then our coaches are good people, and I think the student athletes, after time, realize that. Mom and dad will realize that, and I think it's a safe community to live in. Our campus apartments and security are something that's very important to our parents, and our academic advisement center, and our instructors go the extra mile. The coaches work very hard to make sure that the students are taking care of their academics, and obviously the training that goes on is what I want to say, scientific based, and it's cutting edge. And we may not have the hyperbaric chambers and the hydrotherapy centers, but we've got everything else. And I'm proud to be a T-Bird, and I'm proud of what we do and how we do it. And these dollars through the Booster Club and other fundraising events are paramount to our purpose.
Anybody listening that wants to find out more information, all they need to do is reach out to the athletic office?
Yeah, they can call us directly, 785-243-1435. Again, pick up the phone and be happy to talk you through it.
Matt, I really appreciate you taking time to come on to visit with us, and I'm excited about the fall getting underway, sports starting up. Here we go.
Here we go. I look forward to many more of these.
Are you a Kansas or Nebraska high school senior who's thinking about your next steps after high school? If so, you qualify for Cloud County Community College's $500 Early Bird Scholarship. All you have to do is visit campus before December 13th and have a GPA of 3.0 or higher, and you get a $500 scholarship guaranteed. So come visit Cloud and see why our students are Cloud proud. On your visit, you'll see our campus, meet with an academic advisor, and get a chance to have all your questions answered. Set up your campus visit today by giving us a call at 800-729-5101 extension 212, or visiting us online at cloud.edu/admissions.
My thanks going out to Cloud County Community College Athletic Director Matt Bechard for being our guest on this week's edition of T-Bird Talk. Next week on the show, we're going to have an opportunity to visit with second-year head volleyball coach Hilta Ramos. The Cloud County Community College volleyball team will open up its 2024 season next weekend as they make a trip to Mesquite, Texas, to compete in the Dallas College Eastfield Invitational. We'll preview the start to the season for the T-Bird volleyball team when we sit down with their head coach, Hilton Ramos, next week on T-Bird Talk. T-Bird Talk is a production of the Cloud County Community College Athletic Department.